The three basic unconstitutional things came out of the 1960s civil rights era. The first unequal, unbalanced, unconstitutional law that was passed was the 1964 Civil Rights Act, giving Mexicans, Indians, Negroes, and Jews the preferential treatment over white people, giving them the power to rise racially by suing white men who do not hire them on the job, and thereby doing so they knock white people out of jobs. And this unbalanced, unequal 1964 Civil Rights Act is a result of white men failing to be a nation of one race of people. Because we have Mexicans, Indians, Negroes, and Jews in this country, they racially receive preferential treatment in our government, and they are able to racially rise up supreme over white people and knock white men out of jobs, causing racism. This is the first evil that Martin Luther King Jr. was responsible for in the 1960s. The second evil is the rise of power to the woman. Women are now knocking men out of jobs, and they're suing men, and they're doing every evil thing known to man in their rebellion against being a housewife and a mother. They want power. They want to go out, they want the courts to ideologically side with them, and any time they sue a man and divorce him and get everything he owns and win the children, she wants the courts to side with women as victims. And so what we've seen in the women's rights movement in the 1960s was the power to the whore. The whoring woman has the power to destroy good men, good husbands, because of her hate for being a housewife. She hates the men that rule over her. So she has gotten the power of the 1960s Civil Rights Act, and now she knocks men out of jobs, and she whores around with man to man to man, and that's typical of your American woman today. Those are two evils. But the biggest injustice done in our nation today is done to the group of people known as convicted felons. In 1960, there were very few convicted felons in the country. Today, there are millions, and we've denied this group of people the right to own firearms for self-defense and the protection of their wife and children. This is an evil injustice that goes against the Constitution that guarantees all people the right to protect their lives and own firearms to do so. We've taken their rights to own firearms away in the 1960s, and now there's millions of them living honest lives and have homes, jobs, wives, and families, and yet they cannot protect their own life. They're not allowed to protect their own property, children, and wife. And this is a big injustice, another injustice that came out of the 1960s civil rights. And what's ironic is the 1964 civil rights activists all claim they're making great progress in America, and they claim they are bringing equality. There's nothing equal about the equal rights movement.